huge organisation, and Joe was just telling me how much growth there's actually been. In many respects that's not a great thing, but what you do in the community is fantastic. So $1,000 to Bloomhill. So if I could just ask Joe and Caroline to come up, that'd be fantastic. Just Joe.
So if you would.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably say my story first, which will help explain Bloomhill.
Yes.
So back in early 2014, I was feeling a lot of back pain, didn't know what the hell was going on with me. Going to GPs, getting all sorts of tests done, blood tests, x-rays, etc. Nothing was working out for me, and eventually I got worse and worse. One day I ended up in emergency. Actually, I ended up in emergency because of the back pain, and they said, we can't do anything for you, go get an MRI, which we kind of done straight away, and said I had cancer, which was a complete shock because I'd been tested for cancers and they'd come back. So less than a week later, I went downhill even more quickly. It was very, very aggressive, and I ended up in an ambulance on the way to Nambour Hospital, thinking I was going to go there for the day, and I ended up spending almost 5 months there. That's how sick I was. I lost all mobility. I was in a hospital bed for about 4 months before I could get into a wheelchair, and I spent the next sort of 3 years of my life learning how to be back on my feet today. So that's my very quick cancer story. Not long after I got out of hospital, they were building the new hospital up at Kilcoy, and I was invited to a special meeting at Bloomhill Cancer Care, which I hadn't been to yet, to discuss ways that they can do a better cancer institute at the new Kilcoy Hospital, because I'd spent so much time in the cancer ward there at the hospital. And it was there that I came across Bloomhill, and I actually recognised one of my old nurses from hospital as well. And she said, Joe, look, we can help you get literally back on your feet a bit more. So that was my introduction to Bloomhill. So those who don't know, Bloomhill's an amazing cancer charity that was started here on the Sunshine Coast. There's now other places around Australia trying to model their thing, and what they do is about trying to better the lives of people living with cancer, and it also better the lives of the carers who are involved around the patients as well. And they do that by way of counselling, all sorts of therapies, from acupuncture, dietitians, exercise physiologists, the list goes on and on. And if you sort of rock up there today and say, hey look, I've just been diagnosed with cancer, you're welcomed in. There's, you know, if you haven't got fees to pay, it doesn't matter, even if there is fees, they're very, very minimal. And most of the things, like all the exercise classes, are all free. So I was personally going there at least 2-3 times a week and taking advantage of all that stuff, and it was a huge help to me, and I sort of slowly became part of the family, and now one of the ambassadors for Bloomhill. So a check like this is amazing. You know, $1,000 will help 10 people sort of, you know, have classes with a dietitian and a counsellor, all that sort of stuff. So they also have a wonderful cafe there. It's open Monday to Friday, so if you ever want to pop in for a coffee. It is great, isn't it? It's beautiful. Yep. Sit out on the deck in the mire or the gardens, just up in the room. So if you're there, go grab a coffee. It all supports people like myself. So thank you so much. Round of applause.